And we're live. Are we live? We should be live. Yes, we're live. I think we're live. Health is good. That's okay. Good evening, everyone. Yay! Live stream. So in the house we have Matt1 UK, Brett Hawks 3DP, Pokon, Ken, Aventus Square, Filament Frenzy, of course. How is everyone doing? 3D printing stuff. I miss these live streams. Hey, Zapol. Mario from Spain. So tonight we have a live build. Live build. It's almost fully assembled. But yeah, there should be at least 30 minutes worth of assembly. But then we can print something and then we can just chat as we do. Don't start. I'm still watching the advert. Hey, Patrick, Gordon. So we have the Alfawise U30 in the house. And for those of you unaware, the Alfawise U30 is pretty much a direct competitor of the Ender 3. Same build volume, almost same features. This has a little bit of better features. Not by much. We'll have to see the print quality, but it does have run-out filament sensor. It does have power off resume function. It does have a nice touch screen, which is the same as the Alfawise U20, and it's at an incline. It's not just flat on top, so that's a plus. Hey, Imagination to Form, Rodney, Kentor, and wait, hold on. You're right. So yeah, I'm hoping that it will print. If it does print as good as the Alfawise U20, I'm going to be happy. It does have a removable build plate of all the parts. We have some type of instructions. They should do. What brand and color is the Vomit Green Dude? Vomit Green Dude. Depends what kind of green color your vomit is. I think that's like olive green. It's from Spanner Hands. I'm guessing that's the one you're referring to. Yes, because that's the one that shows. Okay, so let's begin. I'm going to change the camera angle. Hold on, I need this a bit closer. There. Ooh, there. That should be it. Okay, so you guys can see everything. Yes, you should be able to see. Next one to the blue. That should be olive green, if I recall correctly. I'm not sure if I wrote down. Yes, olive green. I wrote down everything. See, even I forget how OCD I am sometimes. Okay, so the base comes pre-assembled, as you can see. There's only one thing I've noticed so far, which I'm not very fond of. Very easy fix, and I will speak to GearBest in order to try and fix this or include it. And that is, so obviously when you pick up the printer, it's usually from the gantry or from the side. But if someone decides for some reason while it's switched on to pick it up from back here, I'm going to show you guys what happens. See my hand? You can't really pick it up from here, but if you decide to do, and you can because there is the power supply here, so it has to be plugged off. But that's very, very simple fix. Just print a cover. So I'll design a cover for this. I'll send it off to GearBest, and I'll ask them to include it. And the reason why I say I suggest this to GearBest is because they've actually been very, very receptive of feedback on the Alfawise U20. So I'm hoping they'll be doing the same for this. Now, no more talking. Hello. Matt1 UK, dude. Thank you so much, man. Because you're worth it. L'Oreal. Thank you very much, buddy. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. So let's see what screws we need. So yeah, I'll definitely design that and post it on Thingiverse because I think that's a priority. It's not going to bother me, but just, you know, I'm a bit paranoid with these things. So yeah. Okay, so this has holes in the bottom or on the top. Let's see how those fare. Doesn't really say. Only one has those. Okay, so it has to be on the left because that's for the Z limit switch. I'm assuming. Yes. So these go here on the left. So this goes on the right. Both of these are threaded on each end. I'm thinking about purchasing the U20 as my first large build volume 3D printer. Do you recommend it? I currently have an upgrade A8 that's been running strong for 2 years now. It's definitely going to be a huge improvement on the ANET A8. If I would recommend it, honestly, yes, I would. I really liked the first Alfawise U30, but they had issues with the firmware, which now they have fixed. Not only that, I think they had like 6 different iterations of the firmware. They're constantly upgrading the firmware. In fact, I even received an updated firmware for this already. So they're constantly working on it. Okay, this should be that. So, the drivers are integrated in this. It's a custom board as far as I know. I'll have to confirm. Let's see actually if I can, you know what, I can probably show you. There's no rush, so might as well just give it a go and open it. Let's see if, yes, you guys can see from there. So let's see what the board is. If I can see, of course. And also, just because I can see the board, I might not know which board it is. A closer look at the olive green. Yes, it's there. That looks just about right on camera for color correction. So yeah. Cześć, Krzysztof. Krzysztof? Yes, I think that's how you say Krzysztof, yes. Cześć. Dobry wieczór. Yes. Oh, come on. My CR10S Pro arrived today. Awesome, Veronica. So I guess that's what? 2 CR10S Pros in Malta now? Okay, almost there. Who's this 3D maker? No, I've never heard of him. That's just this really hairy guy. Okay, so this is the board. Let me see if I can get you a bit of a closer look. There. That looks about right. So we have integrated stepper drivers, no idea what they are. That's about as far as there's a massive heatsink here. I'm guessing an integrated MOSFET, is that possible? Really, really good gauge wires for the bed. Like really good gauge wires. Lots of wires going into the bed. I'm wondering, okay, so so these are really two really thick wires going into the bed over here, but I think they're sort of spliced into many, maybe to sort of dissipate the how do you call them on the bed, like the heating elements. So they power different elements of the heating bed, which would be very interesting actually. Let me see if I can find anything out here. So we have the two. So yes, so you have a part that seems to heat up half the bed and another part that seems to heat another half of the bed, if I can see correctly, which is an interesting approach. Okay, but I have no idea what board this is, and I can't see anything written down. So yeah, happy with that? Hey, my meme. Some say. Cool. All right, so we're going to close that back up. And see how that goes. Hey, Edward. Hey, Joe, just bought the Prusa i3 Mark III. What do you think about it? Is it worth it? Since you already bought it, wouldn't make much of a difference, but yes, it's worth it. It's absolutely worth it for a multitude of reasons. So I don't really have a favorite printer, but I have printers which I trust blindly. And the Prusas are definitely my go-to printers usually when I want something that I don't have to stay playing around with the slicer to get the filament right, you know, and the consistency and the extrusion and whatnot. And it tends to work, I'm going to say most of the time, as in 99% of the time. It's going to work, it's going to finish a print, it's going to finish it great, and customers are happy. Okay, so that's done. Let's go back out. Yep. There. Now, the other one. Jay's 3D Adventure. Hey Joe, can you measure the voltage coming out of the PSU? I don't think I have my multimeter here. I can tell you it's a 24 volt though. I can see it from the side here. It's a 24 volt 15 amp power supply. And it has 360 watts. Which is quite decent. For a printer this size, definitely decent. That's there. Okay. It's a weird design approach, but I have absolutely no quarrels with it, to be honest. That's there. That's there. Next is, I'm assuming this one. Yep. And then this one, which has to go in here. You have the notch for the bolt. Oh, come on. Ah, here, okay, on this side. For a second, I thought this should go here. Like, it doesn't make any sense, but it goes on here. And then bolts go into here. Assuming these are too big, yes. Those go in there. Okay, so that definitely, oh, okay, the other side. There. Okay. Yeah. Hey, Dunny. I'm assuming it's very cold in Sweden right now. No. Okay, I'm going to tell you shortly why. They actually, so GearBest, this is like an in-house brand for GearBest, the Alfawise. While they're trying really hard and they're actually succeeding in doing decent printers, they still tend to do weird things sometimes, like giving you screws which don't actually have a hole. You can't see it. Ooh. See? There. You cannot put the hex key in there. So hopefully there's a spare one, but there should be because there are quite a few. So yeah, stuff like that is a bit of a shame because that just says that QC is lacking, but it's not bad. Turinkarn, good evening. Yeah, exactly. That's a rivet. So I'm not going to tighten this for now because I want to make sure it's level. That's one. This will go in here. Okay, but first we need the extruder. Which that goes in there. Then we need this side. This goes there. Okay. A couple more rivets. I can tell you what they've done because the shape is a bit unorthodox. It looks like, yes, it does look like it's half finished, but I think in order to sort of once again minimize the cost as they do for the power supply, because if you get it like the small thinner power supplies, it'll cost more. So I think what they did is they used the normal power supply and just elevated the printer from the bottom. I think they could have probably conjured up something a bit better than this, but what are your thoughts on direct drive versus Bowden? Direct drive and Bowden. So direct drive definitely much easier to kind of calibrate in terms of filament to dial in the settings. But once you get the hang of it, it doesn't really bother me anymore. It doesn't really make much of a difference to me anymore, whether it's Bowden or direct drive, simply because I'm used to them. I can understand though for someone who's constantly used direct drive. So for someone who's been using ANET A8, for example, if they go onto a Bowden drive, they might find it a bit tough to calibrate the filament or the extruder or to dial in the settings. But once you get the hang of it, super easy. Now, we need So let me just check if this is fine. So those are okay. Now we need a belt. Okay, now. So, what are everyone's plans for Christmas? Anyone going on holiday? 3D printing stuff, dude. Hey Joe, please keep up the great work. It was great meeting you back in Sweden finally. And hopefully I will meet you again. Hopefully this helps a bit with everything, Paul. Thank you very much, Paul. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you so much, brother. It will definitely help. And yes, I do hope to see everyone as soon as possible. I was hoping to make it to Sweden this year, but we'll see. It's still undecided at the moment. So let me get this ready. Oh wait, hold on. Is it out of focus? There. Honestly, in the age of internet, or everyone offers their printing profiles, I don't think it matters anymore. Absolutely, Martin. I think, especially if you go on Filament Frenzy's website, he's got so many profiles nowadays that he might as well be the official profile library of Simplified 3D. Cutter. So that should work for now. This goes in here. And what about my Malta map? So the last 10 pieces should be arriving shortly. There's literally 10 pieces left. The ones that originally took part, unfortunately, couldn't make it, so I sent out some emails. I actually had time to send them last week, and I'm hoping that they'll be here soon. I doubt they'll make it before Christmas, mainly because mail is constantly busy here in Malta during Christmas and everywhere around the world, I would assume right now. So, but yeah, by January, that mural should be up on the wall. Come on. Way, Joel, 3D printing nerd, high five, drive by, high five. Gilbert Patrucco. Love your videos. I've learned a lot from them. Keep up the great work. Greetings from Tampa, Florida. Thank you very much, buddy. Okay, so this seems like it's there. So now I guess it's a matter of putting this on here. Okay. It was actually nice and smooth. Put this there. I'll tension the belts afterwards. 5, 6, 7 is the top part, which is this right here. Hey, when do you start throwing things? Throwing things. But the CR10S Pro is a good upgrade from all those, no? The CR10S Pro is actually a very good upgrade. I honestly, I really like what they did with the CR10S Pro. The only thing they should have done better, like one thing, is the fans. I really think they should have went with just Noctua fans straight away. I think that's all it needs is just quiet fans. Hey, thanks for the invite. Parts should be going out by next week. You're gonna love the 3 different shades I have chosen to print with. All done by a custom printer that is not dialed in, period. Awesome. Poker Nerd Space. Dude, waffles and stuff, you know it, and keep being awesome. Thank you very much, buddy. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you, guys. I have an Ender 2, 3, and a CR10 Mini. The 2 was the one that printed consistently. My Ender 3 is trash, and the CR10 Mini just broke completely. Ouch. The Ender 2 still remains like one of those awesome 3D printers. Gordon H. Good to have you on live. The TV screen again, Joe. Hope everything sorts out soon. Thank you very much, Gordon. Thank you so much, man. I'm hoping everything will eventually be okay. For now, you get to see me a bit more often. Okay. Should I get Ender 3 Pro? To be completely honest, I don't know exactly what the difference is between the Ender 3 and the Pro, so I don't know if it's worth the money. But Ender 3, yeah, worth it. Okay, so I'm going to try to figure out how I'm going to do this. Actually, that is, if I hold this thing up here, oh man, I did a boo-boo. I did a massive boo-boo. So I'm gonna have to take this off again. So what happened is I didn't tighten the gantry. I didn't tighten it in order for me to set it up and then sort it and level it. But I can because there are no like pre-drilled holes which you can just adjust from the back because they're literally against these. So I'm gonna have to take the top part out again. It has the word Pro written in it. Exactly. And if you put Pro on something, it's got to be worth much more. Darren Oliver. Hope to see you in the UK, perhaps. Thank you very much, Darren. I was really hoping that this year I could make it to TCT, but unfortunately the sponsor didn't come through, so I couldn't make it. It was a shame because I really wanted to visit, but yeah, hopefully next year. Now, let's see how I'm gonna make this straight, or try. No, other way around. Yep. Let's see how this goes in. Okay. Okay. Let's see how that goes. Hey, Shane from Prusa Research. Good evening, Shane. If I bought an under through from Gearbest on 11th October and didn't arrive by now. That's really weird. October, that's like 2 months. They definitely should have sent it. They, for some reason, Gearbest have changed their postal service recently, I think. I have purchased a few things. Some make it very quickly. Some take a bit longer, which is really weird. Okay, that looks fine. Okay, I'm just going to tension the belt a bit. There you go. Okay, that looks good. That is done. Okay, what else? What else? What else? Something just occurred to me. And I'm just realizing now. Where's the Z-axis motor? And the plate for it. Why do I have a feeling that I forgot something? Hold on, be right back. I'm just checking the box to see if I missed anything. I'm a bit okay. So we have the coupler, we have the Z screw. I'm wondering if I put it anywhere and I can't find it, but I took everything out of the box. I'm missing a Z-axis motor. Or am I just losing it? I'm assembling the Alfawise U30. It's in the video description. I'm just looking. Sorry, I'm a bit lost for words at the moment. I'm wondering if I left it somewhere. Okay. Once again, I'm gonna go check back in the box. This is not right. This is too weird. Ah, here it is. Okay. Found it. Found it. It was well packed. Oh God, that was the weirdest thing ever. All right. So. So weird. Now. These are for the bed. Chuck Norris could make it work. Oh. Chuck Norris wouldn't need to assemble it. He'd just look at it. Hi, Noel. Thank you very much for the 10 euros, buddy. You have helped me so much with your videos. You sent me your keychain sticker, and it's the least I can do for you. Happy upcoming holidays. Thank you very much, buddy. Thank you so much, dude. So yeah, I'm assembling the Alfawise U30, which is a direct competitor of the Ender 3. And I just thought they forgot to send me the Z-axis motor, but it's there. Now I'm just checking. Okay. So the first little issue is that screw that I found before that had no, like, it's basically a rivet. I will actually need that screw. And I don't have any spare ones. So that will be a little bit of an issue, but I'm hoping I can sort it out. We'll see. We'll see how I can work with this. Come on. You can do it. We save money by not sending a C motor. I honestly, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised. But no, it's there. It's there. It didn't even occur to me. My mind has been so bloody everywhere recently that it didn't even occur to me. So this will be a bit of an issue, the fact that this doesn't have like the hole to tighten it, but it should do the trick. It should be enough because I'll have this one. I'll have one, which is fine. After each step. No, there's no Haribo consumption after each step. That only happens during Mark III or Mark II or Prusa live builds. For the rest, there's Red Bull. Come on. Wrong company. Is a bit taller than the original Ender 3. It should be exactly the same. The height is 250. The bed is 220 by 220. Just needs a hammer and a big whack. Okay. It's still quite tight. I tighten the one that I can very well. The other one is well tightened by hand, but I can use my hammer to tighten this way. Yes, this is a hammer. I'd happily get rid of all my tools except my hammer. Okay, so. All right, next is the coupler, I'm assuming. Yep. Coupler. There it is. So just in case, for those of you guys, whoop, there you go. When you insert threaded rods, whoop, there you go. When you insert the threaded rods, don't push it all the way down. Don't have the thingy coming out of the stepper mode, the shaft going all the way up here and touching with this. This should stop there. And the shaft of the motor should stop right there. So you have, that's where the coupling comes in. That's where the flexible part should be in. So this shouldn't go over there. Capiche? Just a top tip kind of thing. There you go. So first we'll put this up. Seems to be reading just what I'm seeing on chat. The only tool you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail. Yes, and that's how life should be. Hammers and nails, nothing else. Okay, so that goes there. I like Snoop's subliminal message. Working on a gearbox machine with a Matter Hackers t-shirt on. Yeah. Bye. Actually, you know what? It's funny because I completely forgot I had the Team Orange Prusa t-shirts, and I could have worn that. I remember when I went to Prague for the Maker Faire, I was so close just to playing a prank on Joe Prusa and walk into the Prusa factory with a Gearbest t-shirt on, just to see his face. Just that's all I want. I just wanted to see his face, but I thought it would be too cruel of a joke. So I didn't do it. That looks good enough. Okay. That goes there. Now, what else? Screen. It's time for the screen. The screen goes here. Right there. But before I do that, since this is one of those really those sensitive cables, which I tend to ruin most of the time, I'm just gonna hook it up very quickly. Just open this a bit more. There. Place this here. And there. Hey, Michael. The part cooling fan, yeah, it's definitely different than the Ender 3. I tend to not mind. I actually really like their cooling on this. And also the Alfawise U20. It's the Alfawise U10 that kind of didn't, it didn't really impress me at all. Had way too many issues with it, unfortunately. The power off resume function never worked. It took forever to heat up. No, unfortunately, no, there's no film on the screen. Sorry. Okay, next. I must have missed something here. Yes, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I have the bed, of course, and Wombat Marine, what's up? What are your thoughts on the Anycubic cassette? So, depending on which version, if you get the one with the linear rails and the auto bed leveling, I think it's absolutely awesome. Even though I don't have one, I know it's exactly identical to. Let's put it here. I know it's exactly identical to the Micromake Delta that I had once, and I was very happy with that machine. And I also know Tom from Filament Frenzy has one, and he likes his. Can I see? Hammer. You need a hammer. There. Okay, that goes there. Okay, so that's done. Now, the bed. Springs on the bed are quite decent. They're the same springs used by TiVo guys on the Tornado. You got a chance to check out that hot end fix yet? Which one? Why aren't there any more cubic printers? What do you mean cubic as in Anycubic or just cubic in terms of like XY? Oh, sorry, Core XY. G-Tech A10. The A10, is it the one that looks like the, cause their names and numbers are just, it's the one that looks like the CR10. Mine was okay, but the fan died almost instantly and I couldn't print with it anymore. I don't like the FL Sun kit. I tried to build it. It was a mess. Sent it back to Amazon. Which FL Sun? Because they actually have the FL Sun QQ. Decent Delta. One of these days, I need to make a video of all the printers which I haven't reviewed yet, which I really need to review. And explain why I haven't reviewed them, well, yet. Okay. That goes there. Last one. I think we're almost done, and then just hooking up wires. Have you heard anything about the Anycubic i3 Mega S? No, I haven't. Does it have a string relief for the bed connector? No, it doesn't. That's another thing that they don't seem to want to do either. It does have actually quite a decent connector. No idea at what it's rated at, of course, but having a string relief would be ideal for this, as always. Okay, I think we're almost there. I just need to hook up things. So this is X. And the limit switch. I still need to do the limit switch. This is the extruder. This is the filament runout sensor. I have to do that. This is the Z. I have to do the Z limit switch, which is here. This is the X limit switch, which goes in here. Okay. That goes there. This is already connected. Okay, so Z limit switch, and then just tidy up the cables a little bit. Hawk 3D Proto, Ben, sorry, I didn't notice you were here, dude. Good evening. Thomas, where's that? We're going to drag 3DM into the UK and be at Filament Frenzy's assistance on his first live build. Yes! Oh, that would be so cool. That would be so awesome. Okay, let's see how low we should get this. So let's just put this here so I can have an idea of how low we have to go. That goes there. Okay. So that's about it. Let me just tighten this a bit more. Okay, so this has to go here. First I'll hook it up. No, I can't hook it up because there's the cable. Okay. How does that? How is that going to work? Okay, so there's the Z limit switch, which goes up. Hold on. There. Yep. A bit further down. Okay, so see the Z limit switch down here? If I put it flush against the board here, it doesn't hit it. It just literally misses it by just a hair. Trying to figure out if this goes somewhere else then. Hold on. Let me see. Ah, okay. It goes here. That's how. That makes more sense. That's honestly speaking, that's such a nicer place to put it. Much better place to put it. Okay. It does it. We're done. Okay. That should be it, I think. Let's see what we can do now. It's go time, I guess. It's switched on, which is always good. Move head. and home. Okay, so that's home. And this needs to be slightly out. That goes there. So I'm gonna unlock the motors. I really like their menu. I think they've actually done a very good job on their menu. Hold on, so you guys can see it. There. Hey, we haven't seen a 3DM maker coin in a while. Could tonight be the night? I haven't sliced a maker coin in such a long time. Maybe it's time for a new maker coin. Okay, hold on. Ugh. Come on. And if anyone's wondering, yes, I am leveling the bed by eye. We'll see how that goes. Okay, so preheat. QLA. That's preheating. I have some spare hands, pearl red. Come on. Yeah, the Tivo bed springs are definitely really good. Okay. Hold on. You guys can see what I'm doing. The acceleration on the Z is really, really slow. No, this is more like a Builtec than an Ultra Base. Actually, you know what? Let me use the load filament function. I want to see how that works. Because it should have a load filament function. So there's a leveling function, settings. So I actually included now acceleration, jerk. You can arrange everything. You can fix everything. Retraction, filament check. You can switch it on or off. Nice. So there's a bed leveling. Auto in and auto out. So there. It's taking in filament. Nice and slow. Let me help it a bit. There you go. We have extrusion. He sold for a bit technical. Got it. Nah, I think we're still fine. Okay. I'm happy that there are no dropped frames. Hold on, let me just remove all this gunk here now. Let me clean it a bit because it had like black filament in. One bad marine, thank you very much, buddy. Thingiverse part fixes Bowden issue, much cleaner flow, 7% back pressure reduction. Nice. Hey, Stefan. Guten Tag. Okay. So I think that's fine now. So we can stop. Perfect. Hold on. Wait. All right. Stop. Okay, there's like a button. Stop, dude. Okay. Now that that's done, yes, I have pre-sliced the file, and we're gonna go for that. So open. Are you sure you want to start printing? Yes. Gotta say, it heated up to 60 degrees on the bed very quickly. Hey Joe, how are you? Doing okay, Marco. Thank you very much, buddy. So it's purging a little bit. I might need just a little bit there. Okay, so now it's time for you to get your close-up. Wait, hold on. Need to fix this. Whoa. There. Now please bear in mind that this is Ben. Thank you very much, buddy. Legend, thanks for the stream. Thank you for joining, dude. So, just as an FYI, just to get a bit of idea of, so I'm printing a spanner bot. This is the first print I am doing in about 6 days. That's how long it's been since I've printed something. My patrons know why. And I've just downloaded the Simplified 3D version 4.1.1. I created a profile for the Alfawise U30 on the fly. I sliced this, so I have no idea how good it will be. But hopefully it's awesome. Yeah, Tom, this is your thing. Hey, the camera. But it's looking good so far. Yeah, there's a nozzle booger, but I don't have my epic tweezers here. No, I don't. But it's okay. It does. It smells really good. It looks awesome, and it feels awesome to be printing again. I have lots of printing to do this weekend. I have lots of things planned out to print and projects to do, and I'm gonna record a video of the FlashForge Finder because FlashForge reached out to me. So I'll give you an idea of what happened with FlashForge. They asked me if I'm interested in reviewing their FlashForge Finder. And I did a bit of research, and I found that it's actually a relatively easy to use 3D printer. So I thought to myself, yes, I'll review it, and then I'll donate it to my local school. So I told them yes, I would definitely be happy. Then they told me that I would need to sign a contract with them. So I said, okay, can you send me the contract so I can see exactly what your terms are? And Well, their terms were like a 6-month agreement where I have to upload like 36 videos only with the Finder. I cannot use any other printer. I cannot use any other filament except theirs. Excuse me. And I was like, no, thank you very much. I'm sorry. I'm happy to buy one, review it anyway when I can, and then donate it anyway. So then they came back to me and they kind of appreciated my honesty and everything. And they said, okay, so we just need one video up before Christmas if possible. They sent me 2 FlashForge Finders. So now I have 2 printers to donate. And yeah, it's much easier terms. And with companies like these, even if you ever get contacted by a 3D printer company for a review, remember something. You are their marketing. This is all marketing. This is part of their marketing budget. They're not doing you any favors by sending you a free 3D printer to review. You are doing them a favor because you're exposing their product. You're reviewing their product. So just, even if it's your first ever company to come and reach out to you and offers you a 3D printer, make sure it's on your terms, not theirs. It's very important because it's going to be very difficult to get out of that once you sign that contract. Old Soul TRC, love what you do. Glad I got the chance to watch you live. Thank you very much, buddy. Thank you so much, dude. So I set this to 50 millimeters a second. It's printing relatively slow. So I'm going to see if I can speed it up a little bit. Do it at 120%. I also don't want the filament to sort of like cook. Maybe, so I have it at 205 degrees. Spanner hands 205 is fine. There's a lot of company asking for videos for factory discount recently. Yep, it's true. And that's how they kind of get to you. And I would love, see, the ultimate goal of a channel like mine is to make enough money where you don't need affiliates, you know, where YouTube can sustain itself. But unless you have like a minimum of 1 million subscribers, and a couple of million views a month, it's hard for the channel to sustain itself. That's why it's actually nice to get sponsors, because with sponsors, you know where you stand. The customers, or ultimately the viewers, know where they stand, because you're making it clear as day, and you shouldn't feel like you have to worry about what people think when you review a 3D printer, because they'll think that if you get a good review, then you're sort of promoting the product so people can buy it and you make money off the affiliate sales. Ultimately, affiliate sales, yes, they help. They help a lot. And if I have to be honest, I make probably 4 times on Patreon with my patrons, which I absolutely love dearly, and they're the most amazing people on earth, than I do on YouTube. YouTube is nothing. Ad revenue on YouTube is nothing at all. And by the time you factor in the 30% commission that MCNs take, you're left with very, very little. So ideally, you just want content which people want to watch, which, yeah, I'm still trying to figure out. Met one UK. Yes, I did. And it's printing now. Spanner hands, yes, and Magigo. Magigo are absolutely awesome. So obviously they're friends of mine. They're Maltese, and while I use Magigo religiously, they're they're kind of like they give me a donation every month as a sponsorship, but they don't have any requirements. They don't even ask me to mention Magic Goo. They don't even tell me, listen, product placement or anything. Nothing at all. It's more of a matter of supporting me. And I kind of understand their point of view because I've loaned them. So far, Magic Goo are using one of my Mark II S's, CR10, my first CR10 that I have, and the Kodama Trinus. I lent them to them because they had some printers that they had issues with, and I'm happy to do so. And it's awesome for them to sort of support me because of that, and I truly appreciate it. Similar, there should be no the walls should be, I think, 2 or 3 perimeters. Mention Magic Go 100 times in 1 hour. I could do that on a Twitch stream. So I just realized 1 hour, we've assembled and we started printing. I still think it's too slow, and the fact that it's printing slow, it's kind of glossy. So, but that's looking absolutely, oh, hold on. There, it kind of gives you a better idea. Those layers are looking really good, but it is printing relatively slow. It should probably speed up the higher it goes up. I gotta say, though, really consistent layers. Gabriel, yes, I did. And I think I've caught up with, I've sent out all the mail with all the participants so far. And I've sent them samples. And I have more samples. Actually, I'll be sending out samples to anyone who sends me a mail, an envelope. Send me an envelope, and even just an envelope, don't worry about it. Put your address on it, send it to me, and I'll send you back a sticker and Magic Glue sample. 3D printing newbie. Thank you very much, buddy. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you. Sven, yeah, come on, dude. I'm the noob. I still hold the record for the quickest Mark III assembly live. We've got to go. I'll try to be back before the end of your stream. If not, thanks for what you do, Joe. You're awesome. And thank you very much, Ben. Thanks for coming in, buddy. Gabriel, send me an email, because if you haven't received it, I'm quite sure I've replied to everyone who sent me an envelope. They got, or at least I sent them. The last batch I sent was about, I think about 3 weeks ago. I think it's been about 2 or 3 weeks. But please send me an email. Give me your address. Don't worry, I'll send another one. If it doesn't come, it's probably because it's taking a while, especially if it's in the US. But please send me your address, and I'll just post another one. Don't worry about it. This is actually, funny enough, this is like the stock lens on the Lumix. It's a 1440 millimeter. It does epic close-ups. Just been watching your Mark III build, ready for mine when it arrives. It's an awesome printer, dude. BB3D. Yeah, I'm here. Been here for an hour now. Don't worry, I'm still about an hour left of me to watch. Kevin, no, I have not. At least not up until this morning, because I was at the post office checking. Germans tend to be stingy. So yeah, I asked a question before, and I don't think I took a notice of the replies. What does everyone have planned for Christmas? What are you guys doing? Holiday, anyone? I don't know if you didn't see this question that I made before, but I'm doing it once more. Are you planning to do an event meetup in the island at some point, or that is a long shot? Definitely not a long shot at all. I'm happy to create a meetup on the island. The problem is that I probably have maybe 10, 20 followers maximum on the island. And if I had to do a meetup, people would have to fly over. It would cost them an arm and a leg probably. Unless you're in Europe, then it would be relatively cheap if you fly with Ryanair. I got some marble filament. Any recommendations for bus printing? Pete, go on My Mini Factory. Go on the Scan the World project. You'll definitely find some awesome ideas there. How about based on the printer of your vlogs? Can't wait to get it. Oh, the Anycubic Chiron. I really need to get more videos done on that. I'll have more time now. Definitely. Does getting drunk count as Christmas plans? I hope so, because those are mine. Printing white elephant gifts. Visiting my parents for a little bit. Nice. Theodoroska. Awesome. So yeah, we could do like maybe a Maltese meetup. Maybe we'll go have some drinks somewhere. Maybe we'll meet up at Hugo's Terrace. Yes, something like that. By the way, you know what you did, Joe? You made me buy an airbrush, dude. I did not make you buy an airbrush. I I maybe persuaded you, or I influenced you in buying an airbrush. Are you printing with PLA? Yes, this is Spanner Hands Pearl Red PLA. Drinking beer and trying to get that MMU finally get to work. It's a hell of a job to get it setting up right. Yeah, the MMU2, it's much better than the MMU1. Still not without its flaws, but very, very good. Night boat to Malta. Definitely. We moves to laser add-on. No matter what I do, laser the travel lines into designs. Ouch. I think I know the moves is similar to the Trinus, I think, if I'm not wrong. Wish you a beer at Christmas. A ginny. It's going to be a ginny Christmas for me. Inspired is the word you're looking for. Thank you. Let me get this a bit closer. You still see? Okay. There. My Christmas plans mostly are waiting for my MMU2 and setting up Sigma R17 in my school. Awesome. Joe, do I need to send you an envelope to get your sticker? I'm a paying patron for 3 months now. No, you'll get it. I promise you, you will be getting it. All my patrons will be getting it. Even the $1 ones will be getting it. It's the least I can do for being so absent recently. I'll try to also print some more keychains as well. I want a sticker. Sure, just send me a self-addressed envelope. That's it. That's all you need to do. And I'll send it back with a sticker, of course, and a Magic Glue sample. It did the bridging all right. Oh yes, no bulge on this one. It's actually printing really, really consistently. It's either a really good printer or I did a hell of a job on the profile. Just kidding. But that is really consistent layers. I'm trying to see like with a bit of hard light. It still looks really good. They are very, very consistent. Just in 3D. That was a relatively quick build, so don't worry. Ruben, in that case, you'll be getting one. Don't worry. I apologize. I truly apologize if I don't recognize your names. It's really not that easy to memorize like 200 something names. But yes, you get a sticker, and you get a sticker, and everyone gets a sticker. The Sculptor Delta printer. I got the keychain sticker Magical Sample last week, Texas, USA. Thanks again, Joe. Awesome! Finally made it. Is there a sparkle in that filament? Yes, so this is the Pearl Red from Spanner Hands. This is probably my favorite PLA color that Spanner Hands has. It's just gorgeous. It has that sheen. It's absolutely gorgeous. You only remember the stalkers. Stephen Mott, good luck next week. Thank you very much, buddy. Thank you. I appreciate it. I truly, truly appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. Mark J, thank you very much, buddy. I've been following you since your live build of the Prusa Mark III. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much, dude. I got a sticker. It's wonderful, but I don't know where to put it. Where I know it will still be visible in here. How far are we with the mural? How many still missing? I'm so excited to see how it ends up. There should be about 10 parts left. Some of them already on their way, confirmed. So yeah, hopefully a couple of weeks. It's funny because I recently had a bit of a kind of like an idea of what I wanted to do, and I'm really excited about it. And it's going to involve more 3D printing to go with it. So yeah, looking forward to it now. You just saw your review of the U20 and my wife bought me one for Christmas. I saw your video updates on the U20 and was wondering where you were going to start to upgrade your video. Next week. Next week I'll start. So next week for the U20, I'm going to use the U20 for it, but I'm going to start like the whole process of start to finish. First, how to slice, how I create my profiles, not necessarily a tutorial, but it's going to show how I go about creating a profile for the printer, what difference it makes between like a stock profile and like a tweaked profile. Then I'm gonna start adding a few things to it. I'm gonna design some parts for it. So yeah, it's going to be like a series of how to maximize your 3D printer. 3D Man, do you still got those huge stickers? The ones I got at the meetup? No, I don't have those anymore. Slightly smaller now. Tom recognizes a stalker, even the dude's profile picture is slightly annoying. Next thing you need to print is rubber feet for the extrusion. Have you seen the Vivadino 3D printer with linear rails and ABL? No, I haven't. Kevin Thomas, dude, thank you very much, buddy. Thank you so much, dude. Cheers, man. And Merry Christmas to you and your family, dude. Cześć, Michał. How are you today? I'm doing better. I'm doing much better today. Much better, actually. Is there a brand of PLA type that prints in matte? There is. Matte Forge prints in complete matte. They were on Kickstarter. I had backed them. I got some spools. They're downstairs. But they print matte and actually print very nice. What is the name of the model that you are printing and where to download it? So you can download it on Thingiverse. It's called SpannerBot. It's all those Spanner Army bots that I have on the disk. Sorry about all the work stuff. It's okay, Justin 3D. It's unfortunately that's life. I took my day yesterday just to be salty and angry and upset, but I'm okay now. Feeling much better. It's out of my system and it's out there into the universe. Age Biz, Age P Biz. Thank you very much, buddy. Thank you for the 50 knock. Thanks, dude. Keep it up. I will. I appreciate it, man. Stephen, the light speed. Hello. How big is the memory on the board? 128K or 256K? I honestly have no idea. If I'm not wrong, don't quote me on this, but I have to check. I think it's a 32-bit board. Is Spanner Hand still a contributor? He's been a bit quiet recently. I still show my Spanner bots here, but I know he's been waiting to get some more filaments in stock. So yeah. Trolling for dollars. Hello. It's hearing a noise. Let me just check. Oh, those are beautiful layers. Ruben Van Tienen, thank you very much, dude. Lots of Norwegians. When are you going to build the mural? Hopefully when the rest of the parts, no, hopefully once the rest of the parts come in, which now is going to be soon. Salty. Yeah, I play online games, so I know the world's salty very much. A nice print for this price range. Yes, definitely. I'm thoroughly impressed, to be honest. Here's what and I don't know if I said this before. I don't know if I'm repeating myself. If I am, I apologize. Yes, I did mention in the beginning, but for those that weren't here, so Alfawise is a gear-based brand. It's an in-house brand. And they are They are actually truly supporting the community in terms of constantly updating the firmware. They didn't just release the printer and that's it. They actually update the firmware. There's already a firmware update which they sent me, so I can upgrade it. I haven't upgraded it yet. This is like the stock firmware that came in. I don't know what they've changed, but they take on feedback. I spent a long time talking to them once I reviewed the U20 and I had the issue of the printer constantly freezing. They fixed that. They updated the firmware about 5 or 6 times after that, and now it's working beautifully. So I actually have to give it to them. They're really trying. They're trying hard, and kudos to them, because honestly speaking, I don't know how many companies actually tend to push out firmware updates when it's a cheap Chinese printer kit, to be honest. Dutch guy living in Norway, been to Malta just before I started 3D printing. Awesome. Which games do you play? Rocket League, at the moment, a bit of Red Dead Redemption online, Red Dead Redemption 2, Battlefield 5. Even though a lot of people are hating it, I'm actually enjoying it. But the biggest game is definitely for me Rocket League. It's one of those games where I just never get tired of it. I'd happily start twitching Rocket League games. I'm totally sold at touchscreen. It is. It's actually quite responsive. Are you planning to build a mural in a live stream? Probably not, because it's going to be quite a task. But I'll record the whole process. Otterman, thank you very much, dude. Dude, you are awesome, and I wish you all the best. Thanks for all the good things you do and for all the great videos you provide. Thank you very much, buddy. Very kind words of you. With Tom being sold on the touchscreen, I'm surprised you don't have a duplicator i3 Plus, Tom. Oh, Patrick, man, dude. Thank you guys so much. Hey, Joe, I'll be upgrading my Patreon tier soon, but as that only changes me in the beginning of the month, I wanted to give you an extra for Christmas, so for you and the family. Thank you. Thank you, dude. Thank you so much, man. Joe, did you try printing the eggs from HP Biz? No, I haven't. See, now I want to see. Can someone send me a link for them? How's this coming along? Wow. That is looking really good. Trying to see if I can show a hard light so you guys can actually see. There actually isn't a lot of inconsistent layers. I see a very little bit of salmon skin effect. I don't think that's anything that some TL smoothers wouldn't fix. Joe, you don't show up in my Patreon, but the money goes each month. I don't show up on your Patreon. John Castillo, Love from tip of Texas. Happy holidays to you and family. Thank you very much, dude. Thank you so much, man. Suitlog 3D, hello. You did a good job on slicing the model. Yeah, unless, I mean, it is simplified 3D. That's the new version. It's literally, I have nothing to compare it to because it's literally the first profile I sliced on the new 4.1.1 version. But it's consistent. Like, it's really consistent. We'll see the retractions when it comes to the hands. We'll see how that goes. I need to go to Texas. I need to find my way to Texas. I want to go to Texas. Mainly for the food, though. Have you used 208 TMC drivers on any of your printers? So, I've ordered some because I'm going to install them on the Chiron. I've had quite a few people tell me to upgrade the firmware on the Chiron and put some TMC 2208 drivers, and it makes a world of difference. Now, I was already happy with the Chiron, so upgrading it to something better is just going to be a bonus for me. And what you recommend for a manual level bed type? In what way? What would I recommend for a manual level bed type? Flex plate, I think, if I understood the question correctly. Should come visit Boston. I'll meet up with you. Oh man, I miss the States. I really do. I miss New York. I miss LA. I miss the guys at Matter Hackers. I miss Joel. Flex plates are awesome. See, now it's starting to speed up a bit. Because every layer is more than 15 seconds. And I also, just an FYI, I forgot, because I usually put the seam at the back of the layers, because that makes it look much cleaner on the front, and I completely forgot. I just realized now, and it's still looking that good. So now you need to get to Yorkshire. Fish and chips, Yorkshire pudding, and black sheep beer. Oh, good. Bowden plus flexible. How good combination is it? If you print slow enough, you're fine. You're absolutely fine. Edward, actually, you know what? I don't have them here. I threw them back there. I've always, with any printer that I've had, I've managed to print with flexibles. The difference between a Bowden and a direct is that with a Bowden, you have to print slower. With a direct, slightly faster, but slow enough and you'll manage. With Bowden, I tend to print around 15 millimeters a second. HRC1402, like your channel, lots good stuff there. Thank you. And I'm from Saudi Arabia. Merhaba. Like a printer doesn't have auto level or mesh, something that I can tweak myself. Never had one and was curious how hard they are to work with, is what I mean. Okay, so, wait, hold on. Let me go back to the original question. So like you want a recommendation for a printer? I'm sorry, I'm feeling a bit slow tonight. Like a printer with a manual bed level or just the whole bed? I heard you were into unicorns. My daughter's into unicorns. That looks like a quality print. It really is. It really, really is. How do you decide where to move the seams to? Usually I always print them at the back. In some prints I put them on the side. It's very easy on Simplify 3D. I don't know exactly how you can do that in Cura. I really need to get my hands dirty with Cura, because I got so used to Simplify 3D that I feel uncomfortable using Cura. Domenico Lamberti. Oh, doing okay. Printer is put together. Print is printing. Almost ready. Let me just adjust the camera. So we'll go up a bit. Oh, that way. You see, there is a little bit of salmon skin right on the battery in the front. But then you can see, like, even on a hard light, the layers are very consistent. So it's literally just the salmon skin. If I could find one fault with the printer, it's literally just the salmon skin. So I just need to buy some TL smoothers and that should be fixed. Mark through with extended PTFE tube, 17 millimeters a second, MME2, about the same. Yeah, with flexibles, printing slow is ideal. Do you use Coast at all to help with the seams? Yes, so depending on what type of nozzle, depending if it's more than 0.4 millimeters. So with a normal, like with the Chinese type 3D printers, I find that between 0.2 and 0.3 millimeters of coasting is enough. If I'm using like a volcano nozzle, it's usually 0.5. If it's a 0.6 millimeter volcano nozzle, it can go up to 1.5 easy. Is it salmon skin or ghosting? It's actually salmon skin. And the reason why you know it's salmon skin, hold on, I'm back here, is because you can see that it's not going around, it's not replicating the battery, it's literally a circle. And I don't know if you can see it very well on that, but you can see it starts from the center and it goes outwards. And there are like a few rings on both directions. It's definitely salmon skin. Not that bad. It's really not that bad, but it's there. Is Malta part of the EU? Yes, it is. Got an ender on Woot the other day. Your thoughts? I'm not sure if I know what Woot is. I think it's one of these websites where they sell like cheaper stuff. Never tried it. 50 millimeters a second for flex is great. I know this is not applying to all printers, but still, thanks. Less worried now because 15, not 50, 1.5, just saying. TiVo Tornado, you can probably go with like 20 to 25 because it does have a Titan clone extruder. So it can handle that. Red or orange PLA? I'm always going to go for red. 15 minutes and then I'm done with work. Nice. I think it's about 15 minutes and we're going to be done with Spanner Bot as well. This is Spanner Hands Pearl Red PLA. Which is a deal a day site, probably one of the first. 1 item per day until it's sold out. Ooh, awesome. Next year, if I remember. Got a Chiron for $400 last month. How do you adjust the tension of the x-axis? Also, should I put shorter screws on the y-axis stepper dampers so they don't go through the frame to the motor as shipped? I don't have it right next to me here, so I cannot tell you, to be honest, because I can't recall exactly how it is. I'd need the printer right in front of me. On the Y-belt, I'm trying to remember how it is on the back, but I just can't. For the life of me, I can't remember. Ah, this is red. It looks kind of orangey. No, it's red. It's definitely red. Hi from Prague. Hi from Malta. Cooling problems are starting. Not necessarily that bad. The reason being is that this is kind of like a torture test. So it's not that much of a problem, to be honest. So the curve from the temperature. Printing a bit slower, lowering the temperature, having better cooling, but this is actually, I can feel that it's cooling quite well. Those are going to stop in a second because this is ultimately the Spanner Bot is literally a torture test. It's a mini torture test. And as you can see, almost every printer, I've printed these with the Mark III. Print is flawless, but you're always going to get that little, hold on. You're always going to get that little thing there on the end because it's like a, what? It's probably like a 45 degree, 50 degree angle. So it's always going to look a bit like that to start with, but then it's going to clear itself out. Sorry. Joe, in my company we have upgraded hot into E3D Chimera, and in one nozzle we have used Ruby nozzle, but I had so many problems to set retraction. I have spent a week to get it right. Chimera, that's the Chimera. Okay, is the 2-in-1 or the 1-in-2 or 2-in-2? Ruby nozzle. I get a lot of people complaining about the retraction, and for some reason, Ruby nozzle tend to string a little bit more than normal nozzles. So I completely get that. I had that issue with the Pulse when I first got it, but then I've managed to fix it after a few prints. Also in the showroom, what size is the heater block? I want to buy a silicone sock, but the E3D V6 sock, that's a V5 J head. It's called a V5 J head. Oh, you touched it and it's smeared. What did I touch? Oh. Hi from Malta, Dennis. Thanks for coming in, man. I practice with you in English, Russia, Republic of Tatarstan. Quality actually looks really good. Hold on, because quality actually looks very decent, I gotta say. Camera is always gonna be a bit dodgy. And it's constantly moving, the light is not right. So once it's out of there, I'll have a much better view. Okay, but I've got to go. We'll keep in touch, bro. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming in, Matt. Thanks for your support, dude. I truly appreciate it, buddy. Did I hear correctly that you are using a flexi bed? Any tips on making them perfectly level? If so, the aluminum support beneath mine is slightly warped on my CR10. Honestly, no, I don't really have. Unless it's magnetic, it's going to be a bit difficult to get it perfectly flat. I just ordered Ender 3 Pro. Well done. It looks, I just noticed, sorry, I'm just noticing now that, oh no, I thought it was from here, the nozzle looked silver. I thought it wasn't a brass nozzle, but it is. Seriously, I'm impressed with those layers. Let me see if I can get this, I can get it closer. Switch off. Ender 3 clone. No, it's not really a clone. It is a competitor. Although you could say that all these printers are sort of clones of a clones of a clone. But they went very differently with this than anything else. But let's just say it's a direct competitor of the Ender 3. With a couple of TL smoothers, I think this is probably, I'd say it's a slightly better choice, to be honest, because it has the filament runout sensor, power off resume function, touch screen. So yeah. I'm sorry, I'm kind of speechless. Mr. Able to Speak, dude. You work hard for that money, dude. I don't even know what to say except thank you, man. I'm speechless. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you, man. I'm absolutely blown away. I'm really speechless, dude. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, I'm just blown away. Thank you so much, man. Sorry, I need to get my head wrapped around that for a minute. Completely threw me off. Is there a model on which all problems are immediately visible? You need a stress test, kind of like a Benchy. That's why Benchy is relatively good to print. A lot of people hate it, but it gives you a good idea of what the printer is capable of and when you can fix it. Any idea how to get rid of blobs at the start and end of a shell? Yes, it's all a matter of retraction distance and coasting and restarting distance. It takes a bit of play until you figure it out. If I can do a video on that, actually. Mr. Able to Speak transforms John to Mr. Unable to Speak. Yeah. Hello and good night, Wolfman. I'm Mr. Able to Speak. Just in case that was by mistake, please let me know so I can find a way to refund it or anything. Because it's a lot of money, man. Yes, Alexander, it's the ship, the Benchy, the little boat. Thanks for supporting 3DM and Mr. Able to Speak. Almost done, actually. A few more minutes. See, someone asked me if it was ghosting or salmon skin. You can actually see, because even on his face, see, you can see like that circle on like where his mouth would be. That's how you know it's salmon skin. Mr. Able to Speak, all I need is his address. Once he sends me his address, man, I'll print something for him. You like GTA 5? It's been a while, actually, since I played GTA 5. But yeah, definitely like it. Have you seen the "you don't know what open source mean" video floating around right now? Not sure if it's... Is that Tom's video? I'm still off from that donation. Sorry, my computer has some hiccups. Mr. Able to Speak, dude, you need to chat, say something. You can't just drop a bombshell like that and then just not say it. Say something. There's no need to apologize, dude. Your English it's good. It's more than good enough to understand, so please don't apologize. Thank you very much, dude. Thank you so much, dude. You have... I cannot even begin to explain how thankful I am for that, dude. Thank you very much, Heino. Wolfman, I'm from Hungary. Awesome. I'm from Malta. And a little bit hungry as well. When I'm printing, I think that my worst enemy are the seam lines from layer changes and salmon skin. Still not sure how to reduce those. With salmon skin, I did a video on the TiVo Little Monster. You'd need TL smoothers or different drivers. You use TL smoothers if the drivers are integrated in the board, as they are with this one. If they are replaceable, just, update the drivers. They're relatively cheap, and that should remove those. With the seams, that's just settings. Well, we know how to throw 3D off his game, and it's not too expensive. Dude, that's very expensive, man. I know how hard it is to work for that money. I'm a Patreon by another name. You already sent me my sticker, dude. As well. Oh, thanks, dude. Have you done any tinkering with your Arduino kit yet? I just got one about the same time yours arrived in May. I still have to figure out what I want to do, and I'm thinking of doing. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of doing like the moon, like where the light goes on the moon to tell you if it's like a full moon or a quarter moon, that kind of thing. Logical waste. Thank you very much, dude. Thank you so much. You need to understand that your videos help us noobs in making and enjoying 3D printing. We give from the heart, and you are paying back your time. Thank you so much, man. That means so much to me. Man, I really want an SLA printer now. I love my Tornado, but it's terrible at minis. If you want an inexpensive SLA printer, or something similar to an SLA, Anycubic Photon is definitely one I would recommend. If you're willing to spend a bit more, get the Moai. Trust me, get the Moai. If you can afford to spend a little bit more, go for the Moai. Apart from the larger build volume, you have much more detail because it's a laser. It's a proper SLA. But if you can't afford that much, the Photon, the Anycubic Photon, will be really good for you. Spannerbot is almost ready. I still use the Photon. I actually have like a very big project at the moment, which I'm putting up the Photon for. Elegoo just released one similar to the Anycubic Photon. Awesome. This print looks much better than everything from my A8 that I got last year, and it's cheaper. Do you think I should wait another year to get a much better and cheaper printer than the Alfawise U30? Kidding. Thank you very much, Rails. Have a good one. Ooh, Elegoo is only $349. Nice. Hey, Ben is back. I think if it had another fan on the other side here as well, the dual fan, I think it would be perfect. I think that's all it needs. Either that, or maybe like change the shape of this to sort of like a wraparound, and that would be perfect. The Anycubic Photo has a LAN port on its board. I think you can actually like print tethered, if I'm not wrong, because They have their own slicer, which, by the way, once again, it actually is a really good slicer. Wolfman, why is it red? Because that's the color of the filament. This is Spanner Hands Pearl Red, Ben. Elegoo Mars, interesting. Logical waste, no, no smoke, unfortunately. I did mess up because I forgot to take the Z-axis stepper motor out the box, and I thought they sent me one without it. So at some point I thought my live stream was going to be cut short very quickly, but turns out I'm just a bit of an idiot. But James is probably right. I mean, I cannot confirm because I haven't tried. So I have absolutely no idea. I haven't even opened the bottom part of it yet. No need to apologize, logical waste. You will be nice. I tend to be nice. Hey Jar, you doing? Hey Neil Gosling, doing okay. I'm doing very good tonight, dude. I'm doing very, very good tonight. Gonna try the Processor one when it comes around. This will probably be the first product from Prusa which I won't buy. I can't afford it for sure. If Joe decides to send one for review, I'd definitely do it gladly. But unless that happens, I definitely won't be buying one. That is a pretty red. It is. It's definitely my favorite red from Spanner Hands. It's looking so different on screen than it is. Like, ooh, look at that. Look like it's smooth. It's looking so different than how I'm seeing it here. So I'm gonna need to post like a close-up photo for Twitter, so you guys can see it better. Joe, that's what makes your builds good to watch, because they are an editor and make the same mistakes we do. Exactly. I mean, that's exactly why I had started live builds, because I wanted to show people that, you know, mistakes happen and things aren't always perfect, and that's how it is in the normal life. No editing, nothing. So yeah. Wizard is coming yet. I changed all fans on my printers to blower fans. I'm in adapter from a Mark II clone. You can run them so slow and don't need an Octave fan. Nice. Might have meant the red of the metal, but sure. Yeah. Do you have a second camera to take a better picture? Not here at the moment. I mean, all I have is this. This is not really like a decent. It's not really like a decent photo. Let me wait until it's finished, and then maybe I can get better like viewing angles. How many spinner boards did you print yet? Can you still count them? Oh, way too many. Edward Coleman, it's 0.2 millimeters. And James Paul, dude, thank you. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so, so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so back at this. So, like, I want to do like a hard light so you guys can see that even the layers are quite consistent. Like there's a little bit there and a little bit on the eye. But other than that, that's a gorgeous print. You've already played Fortnite. I've played it a couple of times. It's not my type of game. See you say Tweerts. Do you have any tips on calibrating my extruder steps on my Ender 3? I did a video once on how to calibrate the extruder using matter control. Let me wait for this to cool down a little bit. So, I thought it was a flex plate, it's a glass. Let me see how I can do this without breaking it. There you go. So let me see, there, that should make things, wait, hold on. There you go. There. It still looks nothing like, it's really weird because it looks nothing like what it's looking in my hand. So I probably could use a little less temperature on this. You can see there, the salmon skin, those round circles, that's the salmon skin. Come back here. The layers are quite even. I could have used probably 5 degrees, possibly more, less. Would have helped with the overhangs, and I don't know what this blob is here. Really weird. But I gotta say the print quality is actually quite decent. A little bit of work and this thing is gonna be magic. That is actually not bad at all. Oh, actually, that actually doesn't look bad. That's kind of like how I'm seeing it. That's actually very close to how I'm seeing it. So yeah. Not bad. It's not bad at all. At all. So, wait. I'm happy with that. What do you think about the Alfawise U30? I'm going to buy it, but couldn't choose between U20 and CR10. I'd go for the U20 simply because it's cheaper than the CR10S and offers the same features as the S and not the CR10. Is it me or there is a bit of salmon skin? There is a bit of salmon skin. I'm not for eyeballing the bed level here. Time to go. The wife make the wife some pancakes. Nice. Thank you very much, Logical Waste. Use your hammer. For a first fast shot with S3D, yeah, it's true actually. Not bad at all. That's why I like that. All right, okay, so that's why it happened. But yeah. I'm going to call that a success. I'm going to call this stream the most grateful one I've ever had. I want to thank everyone who donated. It means the world to me. It's appreciated. I truly, truly appreciate it. I truly appreciate everyone. I thank you guys for watching. I'm going to call it a night now. I think I need to go shower and need to go spend some time with my family while possibly my wife is still awake. Daughter is definitely fast asleep now. Yeah, but thank you very much for watching. I want to thank my patrons for their amazing support. I'll have much more videos coming up this week. I'm gonna find myself with a lot more time in the office now to do recording. So yeah, I'm gonna see a little bit more of me. So yeah, if you want more information on the Alfawise U30, link is in the video description. If in any way, shape, or form you want to buy anything related to 3D printing, you can check the links in the video description. You'll be doing me an awesome favor if you use them. It's not going to cost you anything extra, and I would truly appreciate it. I don't usually ask these of anyone, but I'm just saying. And for everything else, thanks for watching. Thanks for sharing, liking, and subscribing. And that is all. And thank you for the moderators. Thank you to Ben. Thank you to Tom, Filament Frenzy. Make sure you check both their channels out on YouTube. Yeah, that's it for me. I'm going to be out for tonight, guys. So happy making, everyone.